Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 34 of coloring Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Now, first up, I'm gonna get that camera a little bit closer. Alright, I think that should do it. Now, the last time we had the ground area done, finally, and the roses and the forgotten gem. And then I said I was going to go into the tracks, so that's what I'll be doing. I think I'm going to start with the in-between ones. I'm sure that has a name. I just realized I forgot airplane mode. So that's a thing. Should be good. Alright, let me just get that in the screen. So I'm going to do the in-between. Now, I would say Nuga. And you're just going to have to believe me that this is it. That is burnt sienna. I am convinced. Now, for the darker areas, I'm probably going to need dark sepia because seems to be my go-to pencil in this. Might need black, but you know, black is easy to explain if I just, grab it on the go. On the go, I'm thinking light flesh or beige red. I'm thinking that whatever thing I'll be doing next, I'll probably have these swatches all sorted. She said like she's actually gonna do it. So burnt ochre or the Terra. Well, this one's longer for me, so I'll grab Terra. Terra doesn't want to stay. Terra, stay. Alright, so I'm already talking to my pencils. Because why not start weird? We'll get there anyways, so. And so that blue could be sky blue, or the one that I came to love is that bluish pale. Now I use that on, I'll just put these to the side because they keep rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't matter a whole lot. So, because it doesn't really matter, I'm gonna try sky blue because I'm so used to grabbing this one that I want to force myself to try something else. That's good. Something tells me I'm gonna need brown ochre as well, but I'm not too sure. I think I'm kind of done with these browns. Ooh. Now, I said that was going to be burnt sienna. But I don't know, I'm feeling a bit of burnt umber as well. So that'll be 280. Wow. So last time my camera was more over here. Just bear with me, I'll get it. Before the end of this video, I will have figured out where the camera is. Let's just start with that. And because I feel like there's a beige. Yes. I don't know if you're seeing the same thing, but it's kind of like I put that on there. It's like, yeah, that's what I need. And brownish beige. So we have quite a bundle. That means Van Dyke brown or this one. I'm tempted to go for this one. Yes. Which is not because the color of the Pablos is not good, but mine had sharpener issues. Right, I was discussing the sharpener issues. Because that happened, it shortened the pencil. think I was discussing why I'm using this over the other one. Just because for this one I have extenders. Though I have like universal extenders. But those extenders don't seem to work on the Carandash Pablo pencils. So, well, guess if I have an alternative I'll use it. Because color wise, let me just sort that. They are not that different. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's a bit of a rainy day. This is that Nougat, which has all kinds of colors on that point right now. This one really is at its end. Should just get rid of it. I have a new one. I have it. Why don't I use it? But yeah, we'll see how long this is going to take. Probably quite a while. But that's okay. It's how we get things done, apparently. Again, every now and then I kind of skip back to part one. That was, oh my god, that was so awkward. Especially because things weren't going my way. I kind of had this idea, I guess, of how things would turn out, and then they just turned out different. Alright, so I'm not seeing that on the reference. I mean, I see the next one, but this one not so much, so I guess I'll just get creative. I feel like I could just add to this straight away, but I'm all about getting things done. So I'll just stick to these. And then if we have some time, we can maybe add a base layer to the actual tracks. Our room was a bit of a mess. I actually received some new, well, but they're not coloring supplies, they're art supplies. So the camera was weird. It's like up to the ceiling. The lights were in a way different position than what I want them to. So I'll probably be readjusting the lights. Not that I'm not doing that usually. I mean, that last one I was just battling the lights. And the part before that, I always have issues with the lights. Oh, so this one, not so much, because that's like really dark. But, you know, having a base layer, you know, I think it works. So I'm just going to go into that one. I have a tape line next to that to make sure that, you know, I don't go off screen. I had those beiges. I'm going to go from brown to beige. So from the brownish beige to the beige. Those are some sirens, of course. So this is what that sharpener kind of does. Yep. Get those. Can I get those scratches? Yeah, that. Those are a lot of sirens. We had some dry weather lately. So as soon as, you know, lovely weather starts, it's like people forget how to drive. That's usually it. Yeah, people just... Yeah, that sounds like something on the road. I want 183 light yellow ochre. Now, I would double check here, but it says something. Yeah, that's light yellow ochre. Good point. So That is interesting. That's a lot of noise. Again, you know, I am close to their, well, starting point. So, anything happens, I'll hear. There's also a roundabout nearby where for some reason there's always something happening. Not because it's a dangerous point, but because speed limits, they're just, let's not respect those. Let's just do whatever we want. And of course that creates a little bit of chaos on the road. Every now and then. Now, I could talk about all the things that frustrate me in traffic, but I probably shouldn't. Let's just say I'm usually annoyed by a lack of common sense. I'm going to try and add these straight away. Now, generally speaking, I can be so surprised by how people really just lack common sense. We need more of that in the world. Common sense. Such a rare thing these days, seems to be. I mean, one of those things in traffic, like it's a foggy day, and people will drive a black car and then, of course, not use your lights. Because, you know, why not just make yourself invisible? I don't get it. It's just... Usually, all you have to do is push a little button or flip a little switch in the car or turn a thingy, whatever. It's not a lot of effort. Don't you care about your own safety? I mean, that's great, but at least care about someone else's. Just common sense. See, I shouldn't have gone there. I'll get all frustrated. Nah, not today. Today I ordered new crafting materials. And we shall see what a mess I can make of those. Because I am all about trying new things. I mean, it might turn out that you're good at it. It might turn out that you are not good at it, but it's a lot of fun to do. That's good enough too. Either way, I'll be trying something new for the first time as well. That's the idea of trying anyways. That it's new. Otherwise I wouldn't have to try it. I would just have to repeat it, I suppose. Like every now and then I just see something and I'm like, you know what? I think I would like to try that. Now we do have like a budget shop thing here, of course, but I have noticed, now that might not go for all budget shops, but, and not all budget materials. This is not me going, don't get budget stuffs. And if you really don't know what you want, it's a great entry point. And some very cheap stuff is very good, or surprisingly good, or expensive does not equal better. But I've been over that already. Just I have noticed, and that might just be, well, the budget shops that we have here, that it's just kind of is crappy though. And trying new things with crappy materials, it just doesn't work like that. It'll be no fun. I mean, I had that with coloring pencils, or colored pencils, or, well, I had that with pencils. Phew. So, And it was kind of frustrating because I was trying real hard, but it just didn't it didn't really do what I wanted it to do. Now, again, that might just be because I had the wrong ones. I mean, clearly I did, because I didn't have any fun. But there you have it. I was not having any fun. I mean, I could see that I wasn't doing too bad with them, so I figured if I have better stuff, I'll probably get better results. Which is why I started investing in better things. But I didn't have any kind of fun with, well, the materials that got me started. So I guess you don't want to go too cheap, or at least look at the reviews, or other people's opinions. Haha. Just, do your homework. And again, if looking at reviews, other people's opinions, make sure their opinions are actually about the product. Because a lot of times products just get burned to the ground because of the delivery service. Yeah, that doesn't tell me a whole lot about the quality of the product. So be mindful when reading other people's opinions. Because that's kind of like human nature. We find something that we don't like, then, we are gonna not like it. And not that one particular part, but we're just gonna, tear an entire product down over something that is not even product related. It's kind of like people talking about this book, giving it bad reviews because it's too detailed, and which is exactly why I bought it. So, this is an intimidating book. I have heard it many, many times. You've heard me wonder why I got started on this as well. So, I get it. It's not easy. We bit off more than we can chew, probably. But is that the book's fault? Because I looked at flip-throughs online, and I think there are actually like preview thingies. And that's why I decided to get the book. Because it looked like a challenge. And well, it is. But yeah, people will give it a bad review, opinion. Because, they didn't really look like, what am I buying? And if you don't like a lot of details, why do you get a detailed book? It's not the book's fault. It's your fault. You bought it. You didn't pay attention. Why is a book, that's the same like it's too simple. Why is a book being very non-complicated a bad thing? Might just be what you're looking for. If it's not your thing, then just leave it. Personally, I kind of like those, easy books. Some books actually call themselves easy. Not a lot of detail, maybe some thicker lines, and I do actually enjoy that. Because, you don't have to go all spectacular in your coloring, you just color. Alright, I feel like that brown is a bit much. I think I should kind of get a clear line in there somehow. That'll make it better or worse. Well, for better or worse, I've already done it. The lighting, though, is a bit much. Not sure which one that is, but color-wise, can I sort of... Yeah, there's no way of fiddling that into one screen. But I feel like it's kind of okay, for starters. Alright, so this has a line, which we're going to do with the dark sepia, which... I actually just sharpened this, but this is not good. So there's a line. Let's just get that in. We do want to keep our focus. Just, you know, now I have like new art materials and I want to play with them. It's like toys, almost. I mean, it's not, but it's just that I decided to just try them out for like the first time and then actually make a video straight away. I'm not sure if that was a smart idea, but I will be doing that. I mean, this is turning out sort of nice. Whether or not the video is good or not, I don't know, but I got started and gave my word that I would finish it. So here I am doing just that. I hate when, you know, you give your word and you just don't follow through. That's just, nope. Don't do that. I was kind of glad that the last one, I did get that uploaded, so it would almost seem like my upload problems, or well, the saving problems actually are solved. But I don't want to jinx it, so I'll still kind of see that as it could happen again. But it's just a few more parts, so I really hope it doesn't happen. Alright, so this is, I don't know, I need purple, don't I? Because that little line in between, a lot more of them. Red violet is what I'm thinking. Yes, it sort of has, yeah, I'm sharpening it. Also playing with my lights a bit. Ooh. It's kind of instantly creates that, oh my god, this is way too purple kind of feeling. Which is good. That is good. We've learned that that is a good thing. Alright, now I am going to leave this one for a bit. Because this kind of, yeah. And we want to get stuff finished, so don't start everywhere at once. I'm not sure it's all that bluey though. I'm putting it in, but and on the ground I was kind of second guessing myself a lot as well, and that turned out okay. So I guess if this is sort of the same story, then we're good. We are somewhat good. Now that actually has a bit of a line. I'm just going to grab the umber for that, burnt umber. Well, 280, just, I think it's burnt umber, but I can't see because the name is all gone. It's just drawing a lot of lines again. Kind of like with the beams. Alright, this is the burnt sienna. Look at the beams house. Wow. And looking back at that, it's just, that is not good. But I can hardly just delete them because you'd be missing parts. I feel like I have sort of grown. it stopped raining. No, I feel like I should add something to that black line, but kind of figuring out what is going on here. I'll just it's a tough one, this. So, I'm just gonna do these are they beams or track beams, or I don't know what to call them in Dutch, but that's not helping. Unless we already have all of those in. I almost poked my eye out. Camera. Or well, I should say phone, but because I'm using it as a camera, it's kind of what it's called now. Alright. I don't know if I'm going to actually color those bits as well, but I'm going to put in these lines. Because even though they seem like small bits, the colors are different, so I might just want to leave that. Alright, now this one is going to be, I'm saving that for last. I'm just going to start over there, see how far we'll get. I feel like I'm sort of missing a color, but I wouldn't know what. Burnt umber. Yes, that might actually make a little sense. Like lightly though. So I'm just going to do that here because it's light, but it's not that light. And I have noticed that I find it easier to get to the right color doing it like this. Or to what I think is the right color. Oh, crap under my nails. Oh my god. So, brown ochre, brown beige, brownish beige. I feel like this whole thing is actually brownish beige. Let me just test that theory. There's blue in that? Why? How? When? Wait, I'll just put that in last. Let's start with the Van Dyke brown. Because, I mean, it should be darker, right? It's a shady part. There's some shady business here. And then we're going to go into the blue. Now, as promised, the result that I had in the last part, I did add that to the group a little later than I wanted, but it got there the same day. Which is, well, mostly a thing for the people who go straight to that group and be like, wait, where is it? Which, by the way, you do have to click the join button first because it is a private group. Again, link is in the description. And it's there to kind of make it easier to color along on what I'm doing. And I can send people all over the internet looking for the pages that I'm coloring. Or I could just kind of bundle them for you. Also, it's a nice place to kind of share what you've done while coloring along, or I don't know, if you got inspired or see me use a color palette, or I don't know, whatever reason, and just share it there. Because, I mean, I am trying my best to kind of give the world something, I guess. It is why I'm on YouTube, sharing my weird philosophies. Neighbors, why are you tearing down your house? Or why does it sound like you're tearing down the house? Be quiet. I'm doing a YouTube. I wonder how they would take that if I actually go to their door and be like, silence, please. Should get a thing by the window on air. I mean, that's a lie, because that's assuming we're doing this live. Well, I was thinking about that. I mean, there isn't much of a difference. I don't really cut a whole lot out. Every now and then I do have like a bit of a stutter, which you know, because most of it stays in. Just keep it in. What do I care? Ah, yellow on the side. And every now and then I stumble and fall, I guess. I am not perfect. And I guess the world is allowed to know. Now this is the 185, which needed a bit of a point because it's just a tiny area over here. Let's just see if we can get that in. Wow. Well, that's it. I think it's there. And then for the part next to that, there is a purple glow. Of course there's a bit of purple there, but I feel like, is this the 138? Yes. Which is, yeah, this is that one. So it's like purple, but it's very soft and in the back. And so I'll just get a hint of purple in there. Just a little hint. And then I'll grab my beige, which kind of makes it merge into the ground, but oh well. I said I wasn't going to do those things, but here we are. As long as I don't go into that, because again, I want to do sections of the page. The logic behind that is that I think that it would minimize a color difference, because we don't want that. We kind of want everything to look like we just did it in one go, which of course we didn't. That's a lot of hours. People need sleep too. Probably should have mentioned that earlier. Like if you're here from part 1, still coloring, no sleep, then seriously, why? You need sleep. Pause it, sleep. But probably no one's doing that. People are taking their nap time serious. I hope. Oh my god. It's quite windy out there. I don't know if you can hear that. This is that brownish beige, by the way. Which I'm not sure is really the color, so I'm not going to go all in with this. Not just yet, but it is kind of everywhere. I feel like I made these tracks out to be like very difficult, and then they turn out to be kind of okay. Now into that beige. Is it the beige? It is the beige. Again, I like to double check. No, this time I actually kind of cleared the desk, put some things away, tidied up a bit, so I don't have as many pencils lying around anymore as I had. But still, it would be such a me thing to just pick up the wrong pencil and dive straight in. Be like so convinced that you got the right thing and then just use the wrong pencil to color something. I feel like this kind of looks convincing. Let's just compare it to that. I mean, it doesn't look, well, this one is that one. It doesn't look completely off, but this one has some like some very distinct lines in there, which I think is the apricot. Yeah. Let's just see what we can do, if we can sort of add those. Wow, well, that's not really showing up. It's not showing up. Not at all. Oh, well, it is. Okay, be persistent. Keep going. Of course, the paper is rather, well, done here. I'd say saturated, but that's kind of wrong. It's just flattened. Well, no, a lot of people will say that you can't add any more colors then. Well, I mean, it's becoming more of a struggle, but I feel where there's a will, there is a way. All right. You like that? It's looking okay. Time-wise, I'm good too. It's at that. Yeah, do I see yellow? I'm seeing the darker one. Which, double checking. Yeah. Light Naples. Oh my god. I don't know if you can hear the wind, but it is rather windy. I don't know if that works, but because I'm next to a window, it kind of, it's like tapping on the window. The rain is going tap, tap, tap. Do you have any yellow over there? We do have some yellow over there. I'm really looking forward to doing the last bits, like the dwarf and the wheelbarrow. I feel like those are going to be so much fun. And again, I didn't exactly think that ground area was fun, which is why I had to get it out of the way. This is why people stop a page and just pick a new one, because all the fun things are colored. I was also very tempted to kind of take the easy route and just color it very simple and plain, kind of hoping to get away with that. Then I decided, you know, you spent so much time on the rest of the page, why would you take a shortcut? Why? Why not give these areas your attention too? And now it's done. I mean, it wasn't fun while I was doing it, but it is done now. Alright, so that one, there is some bluey purpley-ish. So I'm gonna go for this, because that's kind of like right next to that line. I don't know why I'm double checking my screen. There is no way of getting off screen. Not with my tape lines. It's very simple. Just a little tape. Alright. So I used that umber thing. Burnt umber? Was it? Yeah, burnt umber. Luckily I wrote it down on my swatch list. Might just be able to do the tracks entirely. Not promising that, but I feel like it's going rather good. Now over here I'm seeing it's dark, so I will start with that dark sepia. And just see, well, I might just stick to that. What if I do dark sepia and grab that Van Dyke brown and just kind of go over that? And that should make it a very, very, very dark brown. I'm gonna do the same over there. Last one, not so much though. The wind is right on the window, it seems. Alright, so that one seems to be more of a burnt sienna. Alright. So now, let's get this thing out. My stomach again. Seriously? It's like my stomach is just allergic to coloring. It's got a... Oh god, a cat. I can hear a cat. Alright, that actually worked. It worked. This is kind of sad. Just here sitting in silence. So, first I heard the cat come upstairs, and then he kind of like lurked outside. He didn't hear me, and then he went back downstairs. He knows I'm here though. He's gotta. Cats, they are very good at acting stupid, but they're not stupid. They're not dumb creatures. Sometimes they just look at you with this philosophical look, like, I know things. Cats can be creepy. Wouldn't want to miss it for the world, though. Can't go without them. Would be so boring if they weren't here. Alright, so that one's done too. I feel like that anyways. I should add like a little, I think this, because there seems to be a tape line that is preventing me from moving my book, but there seems to be a bit of a glow of something. Now that could be India red. And yeah, or is it just, I feel like this will do the trick. So that's just the burnt sienna. Kind of going over here, light-ish. Can't go too wrong here though. Just the question is, am I going to continue? Because if I am, then I'm probably going to go for either this bit or that bit. I mean, time-wise, we are looking good. Alright, so that one, let me just, it seems to have purple in there. So I'll just grab that 138 because it's a very subtle kind of purple. Oh god, is he coming back? Did I just headbutt the camera again? Well, phone. Same difference. Can I do that with this? Because it just seems better, or like a more decent kind of choice. I don't know. That one's going to be tough though. Alright, there's something dark in there, which I'm going to guess is going to be a blue. Yes, 247 was that Indanthrene blue? Wow, 247. You can't get them all right. I used that one before as well, which I think is a good thing. Because it would make sense for colors to come back, because it is paint. They use that on a palette. And, well, I guess the same colors do return. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of a purple wash over here. Oh, this is more than a little wash, but that's okay, we'll go over that. I'm grabbing the brownish beige. I'm almost grumpy that I don't have time yet for my new art supplies or craft thingies or whatever. I don't want to say what it is yet. We will get there. It's a good reason to remind you to subscribe to my channel. You'll figure out what I'm up to next. And I am up to things. Because as much as I like the coloring, it's like I am still sort of new with the, I'll call it the artsy-fartsy things. So there's still so much to explore, and well, I did put it in the channel description. Let's learn together. So I guess I forced myself right then and there to try new things. So we'll be doing that. The question is, what is it? Guess you'll have to subscribe. You know, keep up with what I'm up to. And you know, while you're clicking things, don't forget about the like button. 160. That went smooth. Which is that? Manganese violet. Why? I feel like I should get better at picking colors that I can actually pronounce. Because that would save me a whole lot of trouble. Wait, there's a dark smudge there. Don't. Just stay. I'll use my door stop. Or the pencil stop. That's the good thing about being coloring down here. I could just do whatever up there. Just make one big mess. It's off screen anyways. You know, like some of the coloring sometimes is. Although the tape is helping. So that's a good thing. It's a very simple solution that for some reason took me well over 30 parts to finally use. But I'm using it now. I have learned. This kind of seems off. Seems to be going a bit down, but I don't have that going down bit. Just a few lines here. Let's just get those in. That'll do. So then there is scribbles. Oh God, I can hear the cat again. course, this time he didn't get sushi. They are a bit spoiled, but not that spoiled. Today, I've been forcing them to eat cat food. Oh well, compared to the day they had sushi, I'm sure they kind of hate me. Or they're like, maybe they don't even care. I mean, watching my cats eat sometimes, it's like, do you even taste your food? I mean, just go nom nom nom, and it's gone. Same with like the little candy snacky thingies. Alright, nougat. But you give them like treats, and it's like, they hardly chew it. It's just... So it makes you think like, it must be the best thing they've ever eaten. But it's kind of like you just take it and just swallow it whole. Which then makes me wonder, how can it be all that yummy, you can't even taste it? So again, cats are weird. Or interesting. Let's just call it, yeah, let's call them interesting. Where are you going? Cats are interesting creatures. The more they like their food, the less they try to taste it. Because really, I have been wondering, how does a cat even taste it? How does a cat know that that is good? Because they just swallow it whole sometimes. Get so greedy. You know, like you never feed them. You know, again, cats know exactly how to make you feel bad. They have like a different meow for everything. I feel so neglected kind of meow, and you haven't fed me in 2 years kind of meow, even though, you know. And then you walk over to their food bowl thingy, whatever contraption you use, and then they just stay half food, because cats. But half empty equals empty. It's cat rules. If the feeding bowl is half empty, forget it. It has empty in it. Half empty, so empty. It's cat logic. It's the cat law. Half empty food bowl is an empty food bowl. Alright, now, just doing that, I just realized that this color is kind of the same. So I'm going to go into that dark sepia. I might actually want to reconsider. Alright, so let me get that in. Because I'm thinking about that line. So can I get that? Sorta, yes. You still have that rose, good. So that should be, well, here, which I don't have. Why not just complicate things? All right, that has a line thingy. And there's a line sort of here, coming from that rose. All right, so that we got settled. All right, so then this kind of is right here. It's mostly here because if I go any further down, then I cannot draw it. It'll be off the paper. And this kind of goes, well, that way. That could have gone worse. Do we have anything like that? There is no over here. Wow, this doesn't even exist. Alright. Oh, I guess that means dark sepia over here. We're gonna just fade it. I want to sort of do the same thing here, just go over there a bit lightly. Get me started. Because I'm seeing, well, there's that purple-ish. It's not quite purple though, but I am going for purple. I think, because I don't have anything that's giving me a vibe of what I think actually might be cocoa. I feel like cocoa would do the trick, because I'm kind of done with all the purples too. Like, stop being so purple. Why have they used so much purple? Might as well just use it here as well. Now, I didn't use this color on the ground area because I used it in the wall, which now makes it kind of ideal even to use it here. And so there's definitely a bit of purple in this. Well, at least the weather is lovely. I'm not sure if the mic is picking that up. No biggie if it doesn't, but... It is a rainy day. This is the nougat, although I don't really have to say that because it's the tiny one. Which, many parts ago I said I will probably renew this anytime now. Any minute. I'll be renewing this soon. And here we are, still using it. I really thought I would be needing to replace it a lot sooner. Turns out, I didn't have to. And if it's good, then it's good. If it ain't broken, you don't fix it. And this thing is still working. Alright, into brownish beige, because I don't think I need to go very light. Alright, so yeah, time-wise, I'm not sure I will be able to complete the entire tracks, but that's okay. Alright, I feel like I want to get that light beige, which still has a good point, so... Because I feel like that just brings it to life a bit more. I'm going to create some depth or something. See, now that looks kind of good, don't it? I think I have to go over that a little bit. I'm going to go over that with a beige because it's a bit too yellow. Other than that, I feel like that one turned great. I'm just going to go into this little blobble. Can we? Yeah, we can get it both on the screen, but there's like a very big mess of pencils. So just for selecting my colors, I'll put it like this. While coloring, I probably won't be. I have that. Just checking if I have all the colors I need. That gray kind of. Thinking warm gray 3. Which we concluded is sort of like one of the beiges, so I'll use the light beige. So I had nominated the light beige. The 183. There is a bit of a pink, orange-ish. I also grabbed that Terra, which so far I haven't used. But now I got the 188 Sanguine. That I am going to use. And other than that, I think Van Dyke Brown and, well, the Nougat, of course. So I don't really have to avoid that top part though. Yet I'm doing it anyways. Good point. I like that. Alright, so this is, well, it's just, you don't have the entire thing here. So I'm kind of just winging it. Kind of make it look the way I want it to look. And there is like a swirl going down here, which we are definitely putting in because, I don't know, we'll probably look silly if we don't. And there's another one over here. And other than that, it's just a line going that way. This is the, well, the lighter one we have, the 185. Just see if we can make it pop a little more. Some lines there, dark lines though. So I'm gonna grab that sepia because that line seems to be pretty much underneath that. And something here as well. That seems about right. And there's a little thingy here. And there is like a dark one right here. But that is, well, way down. So I'm not adding it because it's not on my page. This is the Van Dyke Brown, just kind of adding it to the top section next to those yellows. See what that does. I'm gonna want that brownish beige. Now, I mean, time-wise, I don't know if I could do the rest of it. I am really not sure. Knowing my luck, if I do start the next bit, then, well, then I'm going to be running out of time. So far, so good, though. Maybe I should just have a little faith. Alright, so this was the light beige, because there are some very light bits in here. I'm not sure why, but they are. I could at least get that side done. Let's see how long that takes. Because I feel I don't have to do a whole lot there, just add that final bit of color. This is that burnt umber. Just gonna go in with that first and then probably top it off with the nougat. Oh, still looks a bit light. A bit light and very brown, so let's just get that sepia and go over that. Sorry, dark sepia. And of course you are paying attention and you're like, that's not the sepia, you didn't get the sepia. That is true. That kind of looks, well, rather okay. Just want to get that bottom part even darker though. It's like it went way too brown on this. Yeah, switching to walnut wouldn't really help. Thought maybe that is the answer, but so that little thingy I'm gonna just leave be. Feels like something's off there. Let's go back in with that burnt umber, and that should do it. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Looks a bit brown. Again, going over that will probably sort that right out. So I'm using the dark sepia for that. Yeah, I think I can get that outer thing done as well. But I'm going to take a little break before doing that. So that means, wow, for you, I'll be right back. I am quite sure that that break was longer for me than it was for you. But that's okay. I think I want to do those things first. The screwy thingies. Which is that. I'm gonna grab Payne's Gray. And yeah, probably that's it. Yeah, it's a bit lighter on top, so I can maybe go for Cobalt Gray 3. That'll be about it. I actually grabbed Dark Sepia because I seem to need that for everything, but I don't. Alright, now this was not quite the point that I was going for, but if it doesn't break, I can definitely use this. And so get that darker bit over here, a lighter bit goes to the other side. And we'll just use a little bit of Posca on top. A little tap of Posca. Also hope I kind of addressed the grumpy stomach. I hope I ungrumpied it. But, well, it wouldn't be the first time I think that. And then it just has a mind of its own again, so. No, that one's good. That one's very good. Not sure when I sharpened that. It's probably not from sharpening. It looks like it kind of broke, so. Then again, it doesn't really matter how it got a good point. What matters is that it has a good point. Especially for fiddly bits. Alright, should be done with these. Yes. Now, my timer is really gonna be weird for me, because I'll be missing things again. Because of course my timer has reset. Alright, now I already did those bits, so that's good. Should probably just continue with that, because I thought I saw a lighter color, but I really didn't. So, and there was a bit of an orangey thing as well. Which was that? Sanguine, well, 188. I mean, this is the 183, so that's the darker one. Because I'm seeing a little something here. Now I do feel like I should sharpen this. This seems to be a bit of a softer pencil as well. More creamy than the rest. Again, some pencils just have that. There's a line over here. There's blopping things here. And there's a little bit of a line. Okay. A curly swirly. Now into that lighter one, because there's a lot of yellow here. And there's that line. And there's supposed to be something right above that. Yeah, that's the fun. It's just blobs, so we can just blob them in. And to the dark sepia, because I think it's over here. There should be a bit of a line. Right. There is one over here. Let's just start with what we can figure out. Because what we can figure out is going to also make, well, lines to work with. Is it here or is it here? There's a little something here, and then this one should be more visible. And then the other one should be somewhat in line with that. Somewhat. Not quite. Well, mine became a bit thick, but oh well. It's okay. Yeah, that's not distracting. And so it's just basically this area is mostly yellow with a touch of that sanguine 188. Feels good getting this done now. I feel like I finally have some colors now. Haven't been working with color for quite a while. It's been It's been quite colorless lately. But now that it's done, all we have left is fun. Did I not rhyme on purpose or did I? I'm not sure. It's like it was really bad. No arguing there. So I'll just claim that I didn't do it on purpose. It just happened to me. I wasn't trying to rhyme. Stuff. Yes, just a bit of random yellow, it seems. And again, I do have to be sort of careful with the timer, because of course I stopped for a little bit. So I mentioned it earlier, I am sometimes having trouble saving. I hope that's not with this one, but because if it is, well, if you're watching it, then either it didn't happen or I already fixed it, so you wouldn't know. It's really helpful. Now, the one that caused trouble, that really just had so many, well, segments. I think that was mostly the problem. The weather is still a bit not fun. All right. I'm gonna sharpen this for a bit, get some lines in. I may also, yeah, this one actually still has a bit of a point, as doesn't this. Because I'm seeing something over there. Let's just see. No, I cannot drag that into the screen. You're gonna have to use your own reference. And it's not really rocket science where this is. Oh, I feel like I'm back to being zen again. I just love that. It's fun how this is like a wooden track, because that doesn't really make sense, but put that yellow blob in the wrong place as well, but oh well. I feel like I should get the burnt sienna after this, because these lines are just a bit different. Oh, actually putting it over that looks kind of nice. So it kind of goes around that. Most time is going to go into these lines, I think. So if I just take my time with those, should be good. Into that nougat, because we used it on everything else. Just not really trying with the nougat, because it's just I want to get that color in, and then we'll see. I feel like on this I might need some purple bluish here and there, because over here it has a bit of a blue vibe. And this was that sky blue. I'm seeing a little bit more. Well, I'm seeing that over there, but that is, yeah, I can sort of get that in. It's a bit of a unclear area. Now, for this, I'll be using the 280, which I think is burnt umber, because it doesn't have to be too dark, but it should be dark enough to make it clear that there's a gap. All right, now this part really has a glow to it. I'm thinking it's either cinnamon, because that's right there, or maybe one of the reds. I'm thinking Pompeian red. Which, well, I'm not sure it really needs an interesting point. I think I could just kind of blob it in there, because it's just to make it look a little bit different over here. Right up until that dash of blue. It's almost like we're painting, which is, I guess, a good way to approach it, because, well, it was originally painted. I feel like I'm going to need assorted beiges again. I mean, the outer bit is pretty much done already, I think. Yeah, that looks about right. Not a whole lot to be done there. Maybe put some, what is this, 182 over there? Because it's a bit of a yellow kind of brown. So I feel like if I kind of put that in there. It should give me what I'm kind of after. Same on top though, I'll just dabble it in there. That is, I'm not sure I named it that before. Haven't dabbled anything in yet. Or maybe I have, but now again, this is very light, which you probably already noticed, but I'm just saying it anyways, just in case I'm not paying attention. Alright, there's a form of purple here, ever so lightly, but of course there is purple. There's always purple. It just doesn't stop. No end to the purple. And I feel like brownish beige might be good on just this side. Just the darker bits. I was actually worried about the time, but looking at it now, I think this might just be a quick part. It's just earlier, I did for some reason agree with my stomach that, yeah, we could eat. So I figured might as well just take a little break and then figure out what I want. I mean, for the viewer, it doesn't really make a difference. I mean, you notice the break because I'm talking about it and because I have some transition in there, but I don't have to mention it. It should just be very secretive. Well, you can do that. You can just take a break and not tell me. Or, do let me know in the comments how many breaks you people take when you're coloring along. Just, let me know. Do you take one break on a color along? Are you even coloring along? Gotta use the comment section every now and then. Give me something to read. Or good questions. That might be a thing too. I'd say pretty much anything color related. That'll do. Or drawing, or, well, artsy fartsy things. Do ask. I will probably answer. And it does depend on when you watch. I don't know if these videos are going to be on there, but if you are watching this in the year 3000 and something, I am not going to reply. I'm not. What did I eat? Because apparently I could say it's making me say funny things, but that is how you know you're on my channel. Random things are being said. I do feel like I don't have to fiddle with this a whole lot more, though. I mean, these beiges are, well, they seem to be opaque and rather good at hiding everything that's underneath. But color-wise, I think it's sort of in the right way. It's the right color thing-ish, I think. I don't feel like the colors are off a whole lot. Whoa. That is me just checking my camera. And it's not the same. Mine is more fun. We need to go darker. We need less fun. I'm gonna use the umber for that. I think 280. Yeah, I'm just gonna trust my gut and not check my swatches. I feel confident. 280 is burnt umber. If it's not, well, I'm already using it. Do double check your own swatches. I just have a pile of pencils, and sometimes I just grab one that I think is the right one, which is why I tend to pre-name everything that I kind of put on the pile. So that, you know, if you do want to color along, then, well, if you pick the colors too, then, I mean, I think it should be rather obvious what pencil I'm using, especially if you are working with the same set or sets, but I do think that that is not really happening much. And so now I got the apricot to see if I can bring some light bits into there, back in. No, probably not. It doesn't have to be back. I mean, that will do. I feel like this is... Ooh, the camera kind of agrees. I mean, over here it became a bit smudgy. So I'm just going to go over that with... what am I going to use? I think I should grab my mess of swatches. But I feel like maybe this burnt sienna, because I can get a better point on these. And that again is very much my preference, is why I got these pencils. Because that is what I saw online. They were great for details. And I agree. But if you only had the polys, maybe to color along, then, well, I don't know, maybe you now see that, oh, the Pablos might be a good addition. Or maybe not. Maybe you're thinking, why were you going to the Pablos? You could have used this from the other set. That's kind of the thing. If you have the set, you use it. If you don't have it, then you kind of have to, well, make do with what you do have. Guess that's, I have it, so I use it. Well, that got launched into wherever. Oh well. Yeah, it's just a little bit more. Let me just see if I can work with it. I mean, just because it broke doesn't mean I can't work with it. Besides, I think I'm kind of done with that. I mean, it's a little bit much, so let's see if I can dull it slightly. Oh, wait, I went over that with the Van Dyke Brown, I think, just to dull it a bit, because it's a bit too screamy. It's a very shouty kind of line. Have we found all ways to say that it's kind of loud? Oh, well, that was sort of a addition to it. It's screamy, it's shouty, it is kind of loud. It's very there. Just stop. We have found a million ways to just describe one simple thing. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do this, but now I am. Alright. Checking the camera. I mean, it looks okay. I do feel like those lines are a bit too much. But the beige is rather opaque. So I should be able to... Ooh, yes. I should be able to... Ooh, yes. I'm so glad I can clarify what I'm doing. plane. Could it fly a little quicker? Oh my god. Right, that's gotta be a cargo plane. I think. Alright. I mean, my lines are a bit linier than that, but I am not hating it. It actually kind of looks like old tracks. So, I guess that is the end of the ground area, officially. Because that little bit was underground too. So now we have Dopey left and the paper wheelbarrow. But just look at that. We have these two paper, well, objects. Two paper areas because everything else is colored. So that just kind of, I don't know, gives a funny, it's a funny look, isn't it? Just everything colored except for those two items. Now I'm thinking this is probably going to be one. And this, I am not sure. It could just be that his little card is going to take up time. I'm guessing more than half an hour. Which means I'm not going to be doing it now. I don't know when I make another 2-hour video. That was a pain to try and save. So I'm thinking, next time we're just going to do his little card. Because out of everything, I think that is the least fun. Although that wheelbarrow is going to be challenging. I mean, that card, it doesn't look too complicated, but the wheelbarrow kind of, ooh. Wait, I was going to do Posca dots. Is that a thing? Was I going to, I could do them with the thing, yes. I could also use the pit pen. Although, nah, going for this. I'll just use the side and hope that I have some ink on there. That is one, that is two, and that has none? Oh my god, you poor thing. Wow, talking to a nail. So, yeah, for now, I think we did pretty good on the tracks. They look like tracks. They look a bit, I don't know, they look better than I thought they would. I thought this was going to be like impossible, like another 5 parts, but I think I did rather good on that. So I'm thinking next time the card, because wheelbarrow, it has to be a paper wheelbarrow. It has to remain like this, so I'm saving this one for last. Just to get that paper wheelbarrow thing. That looks fun, doesn't it? I feel like this is going to be another one. I might just take a picture of the entire thing, share that on my Facebook page. So do join that if you want to see that result. So yeah, next time his little mine card and maybe parts of him, because the last dwarfs, they all took about an hour and he seems to be bigger. So hopefully we have another 3 parts to go, but we'll find out. So for now, of course, if you liked the video, click the like button. If you want to keep up with the coloring and the artsy things, click the subscribe button. Turn on your notifications and leave a comment if you want. I could do a feedback, I could. So for now, I thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you back for the next part and have a good one.